Hey, my wonderful, lovely people, a pleasant afternoon to everyone. Oh, I'm trying to fight, this flu on me. It feels like it wants to me and it another boxing ring, but I'm going to beat it up. I felt him coming on, touch me a little bit, and I started the fight, and him really gave me a little sucker punch. But me and him are going to give him a nice little, off the grid uppercut. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And one boop in its head. One cuff in him head. Him not catch me too long. But I'm still a little bit stuffy. But you know what? I wanted to talk about Dr. Karri, whatever, something or another. I don't remember her maiden name, Bryant. A lady that I follow. I think she's really solid. I like her. I like her. Sometimes when you see people that seemingly are similar to you in dress, maybe how they may look, how they carry themselves, you will tend to be drawn to them. So I'm drawn to her for so many reasons as a, church lady and so on. Seem to be down to earth, seem to enjoy life, live a balanced life with her husband, the very famous and notable Dr. Jamal Bryant. Now, they went to a function, regular secular function for, I don't know what it is, maybe it's a New Year's function, some celebratory event. So she wore a very stunning outfit. But parts of it, I have one, is, in a similar sense, but mine, at the end of it doesn't have the fluff. It's more straight, but it has that lace. So, I think with mine, I may have worn my the insole or whatever you want to call it, the inside area, like how you'd have slipper or something like that. But the inside area, there's a word for them, and I don't line, the lining area was darker. Based on how the outfit was. Because I'm careful when you're wearing something that is shimmery and what comes underneath. So apparently parts of her outfit was nude color. You can see the nude material when the camera comes up close, and you can tell that it's nude because of how the back may stay. So I suppose, not I suppose, she got some flack and backlash from church people. And these, all right, I'm going to try and be fair. I'm going to try and be balanced. Paul talked about, you have to be modest in dress. And modest doesn't mean old looking. It doesn't mean archaic. It doesn't mean not being fashionable. It means that you cover yourself in such a way where especially sensitive areas, private parts are properly covered, and, while you still can maintain looking flamboyant, while still maintaining looking good, and so on, which I advocate for, not necessarily only for because it's a church issue, but just generally in life, because sometimes what you have on can really be a distraction, and I will agree with that. We're all affected by that, so I'm not going to play the hypocrite to say that we're not all affected by that. She had come, we're friends, and she had come to me and said, Toni-Ann, what do you think of this? I said, I love it. The only thing, how some church people stay. So you see, especially from the more so from the waist, because somewhere down in the feet area was black because it was a sort of puffy thing, and then the rest of it is a laced thing. I would say, try and see if you can get the stylist to move the nude color to a darker color, because you know what, you don't want your good to be evil spoken of, because church people are just phenomenal. That's the best word to use. They major a lot in minor, and minor a lot in major. So in other words, things that are unwholesome, things that are sinful and that will send people to hell, they rarely come against those. And the number one thing is dishonoring God and dishonoring people. They don't really hit out heavily against that, but somebody may wear something that exposes them in a way. They're ready. All the big guns are out, and they feel that they're being spiritual. They feel that they get a shake hand from God and say, thank you. And if they can go back to the scriptures and they look at the four gospels for serious matters, core matters, Jesus dealt with the people that he wanted to be transformed, always in a calm, delicate, but very focused manner. Never condemning, it wasn't a sort of a condemning act upon the people. He made them feel good while saying, look, I want you to look into what I'm saying to you. So they were convicted, but that conviction was not riddled with guilt. What she had on, she was not committing an act of sin. If you may say, some can argue that it may have been unwise because it can cause distraction. People of the world can think this, whatever it is that you want to come with. Why create so much energy, make it in such a major situation? Because she really was not exposed, but I know the illusion of the nude color clothing. Sometimes I see people wear, like, they have on tights, the nude color tights, and when you see them from a distance, you think it's just a short blouse, and you're looking, say, wait. You have to look good and say, oh my God, I hate, because of that. Because I keep seeing that, I said, you know what? I don't like the illusion that the nude color causes. I hate it. The only time that I probably will wear that, the nude color, is for example, the upper area. No, you want to give a different effect, but you don't want it to, maybe, some people have the black arms and it looks funny, so they probably wear the nude color to kind of give a one color look, while still maintaining the style of the outfit. So that's a more, I probably, if she were to ask me that, I'd say, you know what, Karri, boy, I love the dress. And unfortunately, because you see, I'm a little bit different from you. You're like a pastor, me a regular pew, so me can get to it. But you see, once you hold certain offices, Lord, it's like the big guns are out. Them just set 24/7, 48/14 to come at you. Leave the woman alone. Focus on rebuilding the churches. The churches are dwindling. They are dwindling because they're gone are the days when you're going to browbeat people and make them feel uncomfortable for things that are not, for things that are weightless. I won't say baseless. Let me use a better word then. Things that are minor. That's not a major issue. That is not a major issue, because if that were a major issue, you would have seen cases and examples of whether Jesus himself or prophets, people of old, apostles, whatever, going to speak to people about their dress code. Show me one aspect in the Bible when he went and spoke to an individual. I'm not talking about Paul cautioning women how to dress, cautioning this, cautioning that. I'm not speaking like that. We're talking about where somebody wears something that is way out, maybe impy, skimpy or whatnot. It is because it's not, you have things that are that we talk about different tiers, as in TIERS, different levels. And trust me, that one is at the bottom of the chain. I don't know how is it that church people have so much energy for minor things and less energy for major things. Why not major in how some of you are liars, hypocritical, whitewashed sepulchres, grave yard people, in terms of the wickedness that you do to people? Why not, why not speak out against those things, preach against it, how you dishonor God, defame the name of God. The same energy that you have, you should intensify it, heighten it, and hit out against things like that. But the lady decided to take on. And her husband, who is also a pastor, had no issue. Maybe he's the one that picked it out. He's the one that probably picked it out for her and wanted that particular look. Who knows? Maybe because he knew the occasion and he just wanted that look. And, when you're looking things, again, the illusion of things, and two, when it is on the television or social media or whatever it is, it's not the same as when you're in person. Because when you're in person, you say, oh, it doesn't look as bad as how I saw it. It doesn't give that look. No, because I'm seeing it up close and personal. So that is why they tell you have to be careful. If you notice when you go to court, well, I've been told this, let me say it that way. When you go to that, even if you bring a tape and whatnot, sometimes based on what they see, that they can tell if it is doctored, if it is altered, and so on. I mean, church people have to reach a point. You don't want a case where your churches become empty. You don't want that. We're living in a different dispensation. There's so many better ways that you guys could have handled that. Jeez, no sir. You just love crucifying. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lines and follow me.